everybody. Happy Friday. It is I, your songwriting partner, your co-producer, and as always, your friend, Joe Seavey. And happy Friday, guys. And Friday is always our melody writing class. Now, last night, I gave you guys a picture, and you had to come up with a chorus. And that's our class for our creative writing class called Picture This. So I wrote lyrics, my original lyrics, based on the photograph that I showed you guys. And tonight, we are coming up with a melody, creating a melody for the lyrics that I wrote. Okay, so what is a melody, right? I ask you this every week, but I got to say it every week because it's so important. The melody is the tune in which it's sung, right? There's no words there, right? That's a melody. That's the tune. So our job tonight is to write a tune based on the lyrics that I wrote last night. So we're going to write a melody, okay? So where do we start? Okay, so I'm going to read you my words anyway. First off, I'm going to read you my lyrics, okay? So my words say, "You are my everything, the one that I have waited for, my destiny. And suddenly my life has so much clarity. You make me feel so glad that I'm alive. For the first time in my life, you are my everything." I say it again. "The one that I have waited for, my destiny. Suddenly my life has so much clarity. You make me feel so glad that I'm alive. For the first time in my life, I feel alive. For the first time in my life, I feel alive." So I repeat that a couple times. So where do we start? Okay, well, I already know my voice, right? So I know what keys are good for my voice. So as the writer, I might not be the singer to this song, but I'm writing it. So as the writer and as the vocalist right now, just creating the melody, I have to sing it. So I sing it in a key that's comfortable for me. If a girl sings it later on down the road, we'll up the key for her, so it's not too low for her, but not too high for her. We'll find whoever that female is, we'll find a good key for her to sing this in. If it's for a guy, if he has a higher range than me, we'll find a higher key for him. If he has a lower range than me, we'll find a lower range. It's not a big deal, But when we're writing, when I'm writing right now, I have to find a key that's good for me right now in the immediate present. Okay, so the first thing that I heard when I started this, and I did hear a melody right off the top of my head. It didn't stay there, but it morphed. But the first initial melody was, "You are my everything." I like that, right? You are my everything. Yeah, I thought that was kind of cool, right? So that already puts me like, oh, I thought that was nice, right? So I went there. So I went, "You are my everything, the one that I waited for, my destiny. And suddenly my life has so much clarity." Oh, I thought that was nice. So, and of course, it didn't just, I had the melody first, right? And I wanted to establish that melody. Da 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 da. Right? I thought that was nice, that it was a role I was kind of on, so I thought that was cool. And then, as I play with it longer, I start to find, phrases and things that I wanted to morph. Now, even though I wrote this today, it might even morph more later. Like, flushing the melody out takes time. Sometimes you got to sit with things for a while before you really settle on what you initially start. The melody kind of reveals itself, Now, remember, like I always tell you guys this, like these come from scales, right? So, like every single song, the melody is derived from some sort of a scale, right? So, that's a minor scale. So it's A right now. Right? So that's like, basically, that's where I got that from, right? So, you are my everything, the one that I waited for, my destiny. And suddenly my life is so much clarity. You make me feel so glad that I'm alive. For the first time in my life, you are my everything, the one that I have waited for, my destiny. And suddenly my life is so much clarity. You make me feel so glad to be alive. So that's basically the whole melody right there. But, when I first came up with it, it takes time, right? So if I was playing just the chords, so I'm doing da 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 da. Forget there's lyrics. Da 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 da. You are my everything, the one that I have waited for, my destiny. And suddenly my life is so much clarity. You make me feel so glad to be alive. For the first time in my life I feel alive. For the first time in my life I feel alive. For the first time in my life I feel alive. So, I flush it out like that, little by little. So, you play with it. So, I like the chord progression, but I didn't want it to be a piano. Now, production is a whole different animal than writing the parts, right? Because, when you write a song, you're usually on some instrument, right? Guitar, piano, whatever you play, whatever instrument, the person who writes their main instrument, whatever it is. For me, it's guitar. And piano. I guess I write more on piano these days than guitar. But you get the idea. We're trying to, flush out a melody idea. Remember, the melody should be something that you could sing without the chords underneath of it to be effective, okay? Now, this one kind of leans on the chords a little bit, but it's still kind of nice, You are my everything, the one that I have waited for, my destiny. And suddenly my life is so much clarity. You make me feel so glad that I'm alive. For the first time in my life, you are my everything. So, I like the cadence, And then I found a beat for it too. So, and a beat will drive the tempo of a song as well. It really carries it, and it shows you where you're going to fall on the bounce of the beat, where however you sing it, Like, you are my everything, the one that I have waited for, my destiny. That's just a 4 on the floor, right? But, like, I ended up, putting this in there. Hold on now. Right? Okay, so here we go. You are my everything, the one that I have waited for, my destiny. And suddenly my life is so much clearer. me alive. For the first time in my life, you are my everything. The one that I have waited for, my destiny. And suddenly my love is so much clarity. You know? So, and again, when I'm working this out, if I had to go back and trace this melody to a scale, it's the A minor scale. See? So that's like, when you slow it down and really listen to the melody, there's not that many notes, but it doesn't have to be a lot of notes for it to be good and catchy. In fact, the fewer notes, the better usually, then people can sing along. You don't want it too complicated where people can't sing with you, When you're performing in front of a large crowd, you want the whole crowd to sing along with you, That's what choruses, for me, that's what choruses are supposed to be for, Well, I made a little demo of this, so I'm going to do that for you right now. So hold on, check this out. You are my everything, the one that I had waited for, my destiny. And suddenly my love is so much clarity. You make me feel so glad that I'm alive. For the first time in my life, you are my everything, the one that I had waited for, my destiny. And suddenly my life is so much clarity. You make me feel so glad that I'm alive. For the first time in my life, I feel alive. For the first time in my life, I feel alive. For the first time in my life, I feel alive. For the first time in my life, I feel alive. Ooh. And that's it, guys. That's the whole chorus. All right, guys, that is all the time that we have for tonight. This is your songwriting partner, your co-producer, and as always, your friend, Joe Seavey. Have a great weekend. I love you guys. Be safe. Get vaccinated if you're not yet. And I will see you guys on Monday. Peace.